Welcome to the Stoic Tide. There's a kind of intelligence that has nothing to do with what books you've read or what degrees hang on your wall. It's an intelligence forged in silence, born from pain, self-discipline, and the ability to see life as it truly is, not as you wish it to be. Most people never touch it. They live on the surface, carried away by impulse and emotion. But a few of us, we go deeper. We see patterns others ignore. We endure storms others flee from and through that something powerful awakens within us. Here are 5 signs that your intelligence goes far beyond the ordinary. Not because of what you know, but because of how you see. 1. You no longer seek to win every argument. You seek to understand. Ordinary people argue to protect their ego. The wise remain silent to protect their peace. Most individuals believe that intelligence means having an answer for everything, to be quick with comebacks, to outshine, to dominate. But as your awareness deepens, you realize that real wisdom often looks like restraint. It looks like sitting back while others drown in their own need to be right. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject." The truly intelligent understand this. They know that victory in conversation means nothing if it costs your inner stillness. They choose calm over conflict because they have mastered what most never learn. That ego is the loudest enemy of reason. When you no longer feel the need to prove yourself in every discussion, it's because you've reached a state where truth matters more than recognition. You don't waste energy convincing others who are not ready to understand. You observe, analyze, and when you do speak, your words carry the weight of silence behind them. Epictetus taught, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." And that is why those with true intelligence are always students of life. They question their own beliefs before they challenge others. They listen not to reply, but to perceive what lies beneath. This kind of mental discipline is magnetic. People might not understand it, but they feel it. The quiet confidence of someone who doesn't chase validation, who doesn't crumble under disagreement. They may mock your silence, but in time your calmness will reveal a strength they can't comprehend. Because your silence is not weakness, it's mastery. 2. You see through emotion, not with it. Most people are slaves to their emotions. They love impulsively, hate irrationally, and act without thought. They live in reaction, not reflection. But those whose intelligence surpasses the ordinary begin to see emotions not as commands, but as signals. Seneca once wrote, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." This is the wisdom of emotional clarity, the ability to pause between stimulus and response. To understand that not every feeling deserves a reaction. When you develop this awareness, something profound happens. You stop being easily manipulated. You're no longer pulled by anger, jealousy, or fear. You observe them like a storm passing through your mind. And that calm observation becomes your greatest strength. This is what separates thinkers from reactors, leaders from followers. The intelligent man doesn't suppress emotion. He studies it. He uses it as information, not identity. When insulted, he sees insecurity. When praised, he sees flattery. When tempted, he sees consequence. Marcus Aurelius taught us that if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In other words, you suffer not because of what happens, but because of how you choose to see it. The truly intelligent man understands this and therefore cannot be controlled by the chaos of others. To feel without being ruled by feeling, that is the essence of strength. And once you reach this point, people will sense something different about you. They won't be able to explain it, but they will feel it. It's the aura of someone untouchable, someone who has walked through his own storms and emerged quiet, precise, and unbreakable. 3. You are unmoved by praise and unshaken by criticism. The ordinary mind is addicted to approval. It feeds on validation like a starving man searching for crumbs. But those who possess rare intelligence have broken this dependency. They no longer measure their worth through the eyes of others because they've learned the brutal truth. Both praise and criticism are forms of control. Seneca once wrote, "He who seeks approval from the crowd has already made himself their slave." The wise understand this deeply. They see how the world rewards conformity, not authenticity. How society praises those who please, not those who think. And so they detach. They do not live to be liked. They live to be aligned. Aligned with their principles, their truth, their inner compass. This detachment doesn't come from arrogance, but from understanding. Because when you realize how fragile people's opinions truly are, how they can adore you one day and despise you the next, you stop chasing the smoke of validation. The intelligent remain grounded amid both applause and insult. They know that external voices are unstable, temporary, and often driven by emotion, not truth. What others think of them does not define who they are. It only reveals who others are. When people compliment them, they accept it with grace but never let it inflate their ego. When people criticize them, they listen but they filter it through reason, not insecurity. They ask themselves, is there truth in this, or is it simply noise? Epictetus advised, if anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, he was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone. This is the essence of true mental freedom, the ability to face judgment with humility and irony, knowing that no insult can pierce the armor of self-knowledge. The more intelligent you become, the less you need others to confirm your worth. You begin to see that inner peace is not something given. It's something protected. And the moment you stop depending on approval, you become untouchable. You'll walk through life unshaken because you've already won the hardest battle, the war against your own ego. 4. You no longer chase. You attract through stillness. Most people chase opportunities, relationships, validation, even peace. But the intelligent don't chase. They prepare. They cultivate themselves in silence until everything that belongs to them is drawn in naturally. This is not mysticism, it's discipline. The Stoics understood that when you control your inner world, the outer world bends quietly in your favor. Marcus Aurelius once said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The intelligent know this truth intimately. They no longer waste energy running after things that are fleeting. Instead, they build the strength of mind that attracts everything lasting. Chasing is rooted in desperation. Attraction is born from mastery. When your mind is calm, when your emotions are tamed, and when your purpose is clear, you begin to move differently. Your silence speaks louder than effort. People sense your composure, your certainty, your self-command. You no longer seek to impress. Your presence itself becomes a quiet statement. Think of the sea, vast, still, unbothered by the waves above it. That's what inner stillness looks like. It's not the absence of motion, but the control of depth. The intelligent reach this depth through discipline. They understand that every moment of emotional control adds power to their presence. Every act of patience becomes a magnet. Every silence becomes influence. The world is drawn to stability because it is so rare. In a society obsessed with noise, stillness is strength, and strength is irresistibly magnetic. Seneca taught that the greatest empire is to be emperor of oneself. Those who master themselves stop running after things because they have already become the thing that is sought. So when you find yourself no longer begging for attention, no longer chasing opportunities, no longer explaining your worth, understand this. It is not detachment. It is evolution. You are no longer fighting to be seen. You are standing in the quiet power of knowing who you are. And that is one of the rarest signs of true intelligence, the calm confidence of a soul that needs nothing but itself. 5. You remain calm when others panic. One of the most unmistakable signs that your intelligence surpasses the ordinary is your ability to remain unshaken when the world around you descends into chaos. Most people react emotionally. They panic. They argue. They seek immediate validation or control. But we, the quietly disciplined, recognize that external events hold no power over our inner state unless we give it to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. This is not merely philosophy. It is strategy. Every situation is filtered through reason first, not impulse. When disaster strikes, when conflict arises, or when others crumble under pressure, We observe, we analyze, we act, but only after careful thought, never in reactionary fear. Remaining calm does not make us passive, it makes us potent. Others may speak loudly, demand immediate attention, or react violently, but we see clearly. Our calm is a form of power, a silent authority that influences without the need for words. It forces clarity in the chaos. It inspires trust, respect, and even fear in those who mistake anger and agitation for strength. We understand that the human mind often misjudges threats, overreacts, and wastes energy on what cannot be controlled. By training ourselves to detach, to observe without judgment, and to respond with precision, we step into a realm where ordinary minds cannot follow. People who panic become predictable. We do not. Our decisions, measured and deliberate, carry weight. Our focus is unshakable. The lesson here is brutal yet liberating. Control of the self is the ultimate form of intelligence. While others expend energy resisting reality, we accept it. While they become enslaved to circumstance, we remain free. Our calm is a fortress, an invisible shield and a magnet attracting those who seek guidance, deterring those who seek to manipulate. This skill, cultivated over time through discipline, reflection, and self-awareness, separates those who are truly intelligent from the crowd. It is a quiet mastery, a form of power invisible to the impatient and the reactive, but immediately felt by those who are attentive. In a world where emotional chaos is the norm, the calm mind is not only rare, it is dominant. So, if you find yourself detached from endless arguments, if you watch your emotions like a disciplined observer rather than a victim of them, then know this: your intelligence has already risen beyond the ordinary. You've stepped into the level where few dare to go, where the mind no longer bends to impulse, where silence speaks louder than noise, and where truth becomes your only compass. We, the ones who walk this path, do not seek to appear intelligent. We seek to be it through composure, through reflection, through mastery of self. Because in a world that celebrates loudness, the most brilliant minds will always remain quiet. And that is the mark of those who see the world as it truly is. Not through illusion, not through ego, but through, please hit the like button and subscribe for more insight.